On the night of July 7th of last year, an EF2 tornado tore up parts of Eureka, a town of about 2,600 that's northeast of Wichita.
Yeah, that tornado with peak wind speeds of 135 miles per hour left behind a lot of damage to homes, businesses, and even a nursing home.
It devastated a lot of people, including a couple who not only had to deal with the loss of their home, but also a stage 3 cancer diagnosis. Can you imagine? Today, their tears of sadness turned to joy thanks to some very special people. KSN's Carly Willis explains in our top story.
Darren, Stephanie, following the Eureka tornado, tons of groups came to town to help residents rebuild. While some stayed days or weeks, one organization stayed around much longer. In fact, they were there today, helping one family create their new home.
I opened the door, and there was just a waterfall coming from upstairs, downstairs, and I just almost closed the door and left.
Elmer and Regina Hatcher had trouble getting help after the tornado destroyed their home.
So I'm standing out there, what about me?
Through fate, or maybe faith, they were connected to the Mennonite Disaster Services.
It's turned into kind of a neat project because it was started. The walls were all framed. The walls and floor deck were all framed in a parking lot at the First Mennonite Church in Newton, Kansas by a group there, and just a weekend blitz.
Shortly after the tornado, Regina was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer.
While there, I didn't know if I would live or die because cancer kills. And I had a very, very tough time getting back and forth to my cancer treatments.
And so every night we prayed, let her live long enough to see the house.
And she did. She even picked out the color for their house today. Inmates from Greenwood County Jail, international volunteers from Germany, and Mennonite Disaster Services are among those building the house for the Hatchers to move in next month. Elmer, an Army veteran, was temporarily stationed in Germany, so he enjoys using his German to talk to the volunteers.
And these means these are my friends. And everywhere I turn, God's been there to help us.
The Hatcher's home dedication will take place next month, and Regina, with her good humor, says the house is smaller than their original house, but she'll still have a room for her scrapbooking hobby, and there's not enough room for her kids to move back in. Carly Willis, KSN News.
Just the perfect size. Thank you, Carly. The Hatcher's home will be dedicated in November. As for the Mennonite Disaster Service, they fixed several roofs on homes in Eureka after the tornado, but the Hatcher's home was their big project.